After the $100,000 update from the Trump administration, layoffs, rejections, endless visa delays, and all kinds of schemes around the H-1B, we finally have two big wins for the people who are H-1B holders and their families. Number one, H-4 spouses can now work freely without worrying, because the Save Jobs USA organization, which was trying for the last 10 years, a decade, to get the H-4 EAD terminated, has now finally a good reason to give up. Save Jobs USA is an organization, by the way, that argued that H-4 EAD holders, basically people who were spouses of H-1Bs, and that's a fairly small group, but these people are taking away American jobs, so they should not be given these American jobs. And hence, they filed countless lawsuits. They kept on trying for the last 10 years to get something, in their favor, essentially, such that these H-4 EAD holders can't work freely or they can't get their EAD. And in many ways, they did win because they were able to delay the H-4 EAD. Now, from when the program started as compared to then versus now, you can see that the H-4 EAD takes quite some time just to get the employment authorization. However, now the Supreme Court finally decided to listen to them. And at this stage, things were getting serious. They were getting heated up. However, this time the Supreme Court has closed the case shut for good. And hence, you don't need to worry about H-4 EADs going away anytime soon. This means that the spouses of H-1B can relax, work without actually having to worry about what the future looks like in the US. The second big win, and this one is a big twist actually. So, with the introduction of the $100,000 fee, which we're still unclear on who it applies to, who it doesn't, we are still waiting to hear back from the administration on that, and we anticipate that's going to happen sometime around February. But this is what things are looking like. While certain companies like TCS say they're only going to rotate 500 employees on the H-1B from now on, they're not going to have too many. Well, many H-1B holders have realized that employers are not laying off their H-1B holders anymore. And we saw so many H-1B layoffs happening in the last couple of years. Why is it not happening right now? Well, because sponsoring new employees, getting new H-1Bs on board is now going to charge $100,000. Not in every case maybe, but in most cases. And hence, companies have started to become more cautious. They want people to stick around. They don't want to sponsor people again and again because renewals are apparently going to be much cheaper. In other words, if you're on an H-1B already, your job just became a lot more valuable to the company, and there's a very good chance that they're not gonna be laying you off. I mean, unless you're doing some stupid stuff, but you're gonna be good for the most part. Now again, we don't know how long this is gonna last. Maybe by Feb or March this year, we will know how things look and accordingly we'll move forward. But as of today, that's what's going on. Now, if you are someone who's a student, an international student, or someone who's in the US right now, hoping to get the H-1B next year, right? I understand all of this is not impacting you. Whatever we've talked about in this video, you might just go ahead and, put it in from one year, take it out from the other, because it's not really impacting you. You're still probably on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen in March, April, right? Maybe you get sponsored, maybe you don't. Maybe there's the 100K that applies to you, maybe it doesn't, right? Because if it does, chances are the employer is not going to spend that. So here's how things are looking. I want you guys to already prepare yourself for a backup for the O1 visa, which is a backup to the H-1B. Allows you to work in the country without a lottery, without your employer spending $100,000, and as long as you qualify for it, many employers are now starting to move towards the O1. So make sure you prepare already in advance so that at least maybe in February, March, April, you can file for the O1. It can be done any time of the year, by the way, as long as you want to do it. And you can even do it without employer sponsorship. You can even have your own company set up. So many things can be done. Just make sure that you create that backup. Focus on that today, and I'll keep you posted on what the strategy looks like towards February or March. You can subscribe to the channel for more on that, of course. And whatever you do for the O1 can tomorrow be used in the EB-1A green card, which is a self-sponsored green card. You don't need an employer. You can file it today if you want to. And many of you might be eligible if you start working on a profile right now, especially for the O1. So you do that, and again, congratulations to H-1B holders. You guys, these are two big wins for you. So let's see how it works. Thank you so much for watching the video today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye and take care.